Dear comrades and friends of FSZ, it's really a pleasure for me to address your important event today via this video. I'm sorry not to be able to be present in person, but unfortunately we are going to hold our executive committee exactly in the same days as your event is taking place. But it's very important for me to have the opportunity to tell you what we are thinking and what we are meaning to do in the next weeks and months as the European Trade Union Confederation at the European level, but also in terms of support that we can give to our affiliates in the different countries. We know that your organization faced and is still facing one of the most, let's say, crucial moments of your life, of the organization life, because unfortunately your previous president, our friend Tadeusz, unfortunately died in a very tragic event. But we also know that the new president, Dorota, is really a friend and a sister of the European Trade Union movement. We know her. I personally have already met her several times. I know she's active also in the Economic and Social Committee at the European level, and I know she's also a very, very active and real trade unionist coming from the ground and coming from a sector that is really crucial for your economy and for your society. So I really want, first of all, to wish all of you, and Dorota in particular, a very good luck for the future, and to be able really to relaunch and to give a new life, a new start to your organization in the next months and years. As you perfectly know, Europe is facing at the moment a very difficult challenge. On the one side in the economy, because the economy, despite all the efforts that have been put in place by the different European institutions, is not recovering properly. We know that Poland face a slightly different situation, because we have seen in your country for years a quite robust, let's say, and sound economic growth, but even in Poland and in the eastern countries of the European Union now the situation is not exactly the best one we could face. But for the rest of Europe, and even in the global dimension in the world, the economy is really facing major challenges at the moment, and so we have to be vigilant as the European Trade Union movement to make sure that we can do our best to recover the economy on the one side, but also to create new and quality jobs on the other side. Unemployment rates are still too high in Europe, and we have to really act to address this very serious and worrying situation. We have fixed out two pillars, let's say, in our ETUC strategy to face the economic crisis. The first pillar is investment. We really need to invest in the economy, especially in terms of public investment to recover. But on the other side, there is also another emergency that is probably the most relevant one for our people, for the workers we represent. That is the fact that wages have been cut and undermined during the last years. And so a general pay rise for European workers is our first major mission to be addressed in the future. But it's clear that to have better wages and better working conditions for workers, we have first of all to boost our capacity to negotiate. And so social dialogue, collective bargaining, minimum wages, industrial relations, all these elements are something on which we have to invest as trade unions to make sure that our role in the future in the economy and also towards the different institutions is really recognized. But it's not only a matter of wages, it's not only a matter of working conditions, it's more and more broadly also a matter of setting up or recovering, rebuilding up our European social model. The European social model was in the past the best benchmark in the world in terms of working and social conditions for workers and citizens, but now this social model is under attack. And so we have to fight and struggle as the trade unions to recover our social model, but also to defend our rights as trade unions. Because the trade union rights, the right to strike, the right to freely join a union, the right to be recognized as negotiators and having a role in the society is really under attack. And this is the reason why we have launched, as the European Trade Union Confederation, a strong and significant campaign to defend trade union rights. In Europe, we know you are on our side in this campaign. We know that all the European trade union movement is really mobilizing to try to achieve significant results in defending our rights. But it's clear that if trade unions want to be strong, first of all, we have to invest on our membership, and we have to increase our capacity to recruit workers and to make sure that our unions are really strong to be able to negotiate and to bargain better working conditions. And in this respect, it's also really important to renew the image of trade unions towards workers, because very often we have been perceived as too bureaucratic, not close enough to workers' needs, and also very far from the new forms of work that exist in the labour market in all European countries. Self-employed people, precarious workers, atypical workers, all these people, mainly young people, women, they are really at the moment not properly protected in the labour market. And so we have to struggle on the one side to protect them, but on the other side also to include them in the trade union life, because also internal democracy in the trade unions is really a key factor if we want to invest on the future. So in this respect, I'm really sure that you are part of the struggle, you are part of this battle, and that we all together can really act for the future to try to achieve better results for workers, but also to strengthen the European trade union movement and our capacity to deliver proper and significant objectives in the future. I would like really to wish you the best success as possible in your organization, in your new leadership, and in all the strategies and priorities that you will set for the future in your trade union activities. And I'm sure that you will continue contributing to the ETUC life and to the ETUC strategies also at the European level. Thank you very much, and have a very great event today.